Good morning, everyone. Welcome. And today, the agenda, as we discussed earlier, is the same that we are going to continue with techniques given by F.W.TAYLOR. You must be a bit confused who this second fellow is. You will be introduced to him in this very lecture. So, let's start. And, children, I got some feedbacks, some calls that people are unable to connect. See, we have a Facebook page. You can connect to us on Insta and so many ways. Okay, and don't forget, being the first time users, do subscribe the channel and please press the bell icon also, so that you are able to get the proper updates regarding the fresh lectures or the fresh videos. So let us start. Differential piece wage system. Piece wage means what? We are giving the payment or the remuneration to the workers on the basis of the pieces manufactured by them, that is, the number of units manufactured by them. Taylor was a very strong advocate of this concept. Sorry. He believed that we should differentiate between the efficient and the inefficient workers, and we should pay them accordingly, so that the inefficient one is able to be motivated to perform better. He, with his all studies and everything that we discussed in the previous lecture, he was able to identify the workers on the basis of their performance, because he had established some standards. Those standards which help to place a benchmark. Okay, to reward the efficient ones, he came up with this concept of differential piece wage system. Now, if a worker is able to manufacture or produce on the basis of his standards, up to his standards, or if he is able to perform even better, he will be given the salary or the remuneration at a different rate. And if the worker is unable to meet the standards, unable to produce up to the standard, he is paid slightly lesser than that. And that was based on efficiency of joint efforts of workers and the managers, because this whole system, managers will be supervising, workers will be working. So managers and workers, both of them are going in coordination with each other to make sure this system works. And he also emphasized that there should be total mental revolution, that is a change in thought process, change in attitude of the workers and the management towards each other, because both of them need each other to prosper, to grow, to develop. Okay, if the organization is not healthy, it cannot serve its employees, and if employees are not happy, obviously organization will not survive at all, leaving the profits aside. Just take a small example here. Let's assume a person is able to produce, standard given is 10 units. A person is supposed to do this much. And those who give 10 units per day or more than that, they will be given, let's say, 50 rupees per unit. That much you will be paid. That means every day you will be paid 500. And if you are unable to meet the standard, you will be given 40. Now, this kind of a concept he came up with. If you are able to produce up to standard or above, it is 50. We are just taking an example, whatever the rate is. And if you are less than standard, that is less than 10 units you are making, you will be paid 40. So now just see, if I am efficient, as I am always, so what will happen? If I am making 11 units, at 50 rupees per unit, I will be getting 550 rupees per day. And if any other worker is making only 9 units, he'll be paid at 40 rupees. That makes it 360. 550 for me, 360 for him. That makes a difference of 190 rupees. And if I am that worker, then what will happen? I will be motivated to do what? To produce even more, to perform even better. Okay, that is what differential piece weight system is for you. Now, on the basis of his techniques and principles, even today in modern world, we have some terms I'm just trying to throw to you. I'm just trying to introduce you to these concepts. These are, you don't worry, these are not very detailed concepts. We just need to know what these terms are. There's a term just in time manufacturing, in which we try to reduce the process inventory and associated cost. That means we are trying to minimize the stock movement, minimize the stock maintenance, so that we are able to save costs on that. Then there is lean manufacturing. In this, we try to save six different savings, six different wastages we try to avoid: overproduction, waiting time, transportation, processing, motion, inventory, and scrap. Scrap means whatever the garbage comes out of the process. Then there is a very popular term, kaizen. That means change for good. How to they totally target the productivity part, eliminating the waste and proper effective deliveries. And there are so many different ways that they try to improve on, and this is Japanese concept. Then comes Six Sigma. I heard for the first time when these Mumbai dabbawalas, they were given the Six Sigma rating. Probably one of the very few organizations who get that level of expertise. They have to, they simply bring down all the inefficiencies, they remove it, they save the time, they save the cost, and they are able to uh, serve the customer in the best possible manner, because customer is the king in market. So this is what it is. Now see, let's meet this fellow. Who is this? As you can see the name, he is Henri Fayol, the father of general management, a French national, born 1841. He graduated from mining academy in 1860 and then spent 30 years in a mining company, starting as a humble trainee and then ending as its managing director. He came up with four concepts: planning, organizing, directing, and controlling, that we know today. His terms were plan, organize, command, and the fourth was coordinate and control. He divided the whole job or the whole work just the way Taylor did, in different departments like that: technical, commercial, financial, security, so on. And then he came up with more refined, even better concepts or principles of management, and they were all in all 14. Okay, his philosophy was very simple. He came up with the concept that qualities of a manager should be certain traits. A person who is manager must have some qualities: physical qualities, moral, education, knowledge, experience. If you don't have all these, then you will not be able to get the respect from your workers. He believed a number of management principles that might help to improve the organization are simply, I should say, inclusive. The list is inclusive. That means you can add on to even more concepts. Okay, on this concept, he prepared good number of papers. He prepared his most famous, I should say, writing, that his book that was named as General and Industrial Management. In 1997 he published it for the first time, and then in English language it was published in 1949. So that is what he is. He was Henry Fayol. Now, with his principles, we will continue in the next lectures. That is the agenda. Don't forget, this is the agenda for next meeting we have. Okay, very shortly you'll be getting into all this, and make sure you take good notes of all these slides. Okay, and Stay home. Undoubtedly, it is unlocking, but still, stay home, stay safe. Do subscribe the channel. God bless you.